like you, it's just 1 week now until the Matildas kick off their opening game in the FIFA Women's World Cup. That's against Ireland in front of a home crowd at Stadium Australia in Sydney. There's much more riding on the game and the tournament, though, with hopes it will boost participation, especially for women and girls. Reporter Rani Hayman is out with some big fans and young players in Melbourne's southeast this morning. Rani, hello to you. Tell us what's going on out there in the southeast.
Good morning, Tony. Well, we might have a future Matilda behind us in this group here in southeast Melbourne, and we're here at the Star Football Academy, which is a academy that runs football training for young women and young boys too. And I'm joined by Emily Sutcliffe, and Emily is one of the head coaches in Geelong. Emily, thanks for joining us this morning. We might have a future Matilda behind us, and that could be thanks to you.
We hope so. We hope so. Yeah, it's hopefully one of these guys behind us will be the next Sam Kerr.
And you know, we're a week away from the Women's World Cup. It's a very exciting time. A lot of the kids here are extremely excited. How's that been moving into this new stage, I guess, in Australia, where we are seeing more of an influx of women's football at the forefront? Yeah,
definitely. You can already see the participation levels increasing. There's more girls starting to play football, more women as well. You can even see mums getting involved in the sport, which is awesome. We're about to experience a massive boom, a big rise in participation. So, yeah, fingers crossed Australia's ready for it.
And we obviously know that, you know, yourself too, you obviously know you played football yourself in Wales for Wrexham, which is now owned by Ryan Reynolds, which is pretty
Massive,
cool there. So what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was a lot different to what it is now. Like I was saying before, you know, you never knew where Wrexham was, and now we're on the forefront of the big stage with the Disney documentary and everything. But you can really see the effects that, you know, that funding and the participation and just the effect it's having on the town and also those around as well. So hopefully, you know, that kind of legacy and leverage can be made from the World Cup out here as well in Australia.
And that legacy that you're hoping will stick around post the World Cup is really important, you know, making sure that those participation rates stay high for girls playing soccer, especially here in Victoria and, you know, around Australia. How important is that?
Yeah, it's massive. I think the biggest thing is getting the girls through the door and onto the pitch, and then it's how can we retain them. So we know that we're getting that big dropout rate around the 15, 16, 17-year-old mark. So really, you know, coaches, parents, teachers, federations, how can we make sure that we're supporting girls all the way through, no matter what part of their journey they're on? And we're seeing so many girls getting involved for different reasons. So for us as coaches, it's how can we understand the why, like why are they getting involved, and then making sure that we're supporting them through the whole way.
And that support is crucial, obviously, to retaining, I guess, or having clubs or girls that are participating in soccer more and more as the years go on. But for the girls here, you know, we've got the World Cup coming up. How have they been feeling? How is the vibe at the moment?
The excitement has been through the roof. Like, it's been unbelievable. We ran a girls-only holiday programme last week where we had 80 girls up in Geelong, and I had parents coming in saying the girls can't sleep, like they're just so excited. We had players coming down, they were getting ball signed. So that's just, one little snippet and part of Geelong. I'm hoping that the momentum's going to carry on through, and the biggest thing for us is getting that message consistently across even when the World Cup finishes. So it's a massively exciting time for these girls.
And we know that, you know, with any sport really, that there are sometimes barriers that are in the way for people participating. What are some of those barriers that you see, and how are you trying to break those down?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is obviously participation rates for women and girls at the moment. It was still around the 22%, and we know that football is the most popular sport for participation in Australia. So if we're sitting around the 22% mark, we want to be at least 50-50 by 2027. So really trying to make sure that there is no barriers in terms of when girls turn up, are they in a safe and inclusive girls-only environment? Are they being supported in terms of, you know, there's no money barriers in the way? Have they got the resources, female changing rooms, all the infrastructure, all that kind of thing is really important now. And hopefully, you know, government's looking in at what's happened in the UK with the Euros and England winning the Euros, and hopefully Australia can look at that and say, this is our time, you know? So, yeah, fingers crossed we can eliminate any barriers going through.
And what was it like for you? I remember you were saying a bit earlier about your experience as a child.
Yeah.
You loved soccer from a young age.
Yep.
You were telling me about your experience with one of the World Cups when you were younger.
Yeah, we remember, like, it was a men's World Cup, obviously, unfortunately, but the big TV rolling in at school, and we were all there watching, I think it was England and Brazil, and that was one of my fondest memories of a World Cup. But these girls are now, you know, they're watching Sam Kerr on the TV, Ellie Carpenter, they've got those female role models in front of them, and yeah, they can see their pathway, and they can see that there's careers in sport, not just as a player, but as coaches and administrators, media. So yeah, there's so many opportunities now. It's just really making sure, can we help develop those pathways and make sure we're not letting any girls slip through the cracks.
Absolutely. Emily, thank you very much for joining us.
No worries.
Very important message there, and making sure that, you know, Tony, girls are given these opportunities post the World Cup to stick it out in soccer and really have a good go.
Yeah, brilliantly said there, Rani. Thank you to Emily as well. Some really important opportunities, I think, that come following the big uptick in the infrastructure that's going to be put in with the World Cup that's only kicking off in a week away.
100%. Tony, thank you.
No worries.